Breaking news, the North is rising up against Tinubu and his vice presidential candidates as Arewa youth remove Shettima as patron over statement he made on Peter Obi. My wonderful people, it's happening. Let's get all the details. The last may not have been heard of the derogatory remark made by the vice presidential candidate of the All Progressive Congress APC, Senator Kashim Shettima, on the capacity of the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, to preside over the affairs of Nigeria as a coalition of youth from the North have removed him as their patron for making this statement against Peter Obi. While condemning Shettima's statement, considered by many as provocative, the youth under the Alliance of Coalition of Arewa Youth for Peace and National Development have called on Nigerians to reject politicians that promote bigots and gut other tendencies that threatens peace and unity. Shettima had, during an interview on Arise TV last week, questioned the capacity and competence of the former governor of Anambra State to lead the country as president. In a derogatory turn, Shettima has said that the Labour Party presidential candidate flag bearer could best be a president of Igbo land, thereby attributing criticism from thousands of the latter supporters who identify themselves as Igbo obedient, among other well-meaning Nigerians. The presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, has no political base and structure to win the next election in 2023. As far as I'm concerned, he's politically structureless and with little or no experience to lead this country. Nigeria requires a technocrat and a sound administrator who will continue from where President Muhammadu Buhari stopped, not someone who will come to take us back to the era of PDP. Nigerians don't want that. The presidential position is not for the unprepared, neither is it for all common affairs. Peter Obi can only best be the president of Igbo land, but definitely not Nigeria. Nigeria is too big for him to handle. He had no leadership, ideology, and experience like President Muhammadu Buhari and our incoming president in the person of Asiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu, the former Borno State governor, had said. But the Arewa youth, in a statement on Sunday by the national president, Alhaji Mohammed Gradubi, said, Shettima attack on Obi has snapped off previous bigots and hence their decision to remove him as their patron with immediate effect. Considering the weight of the provocative and reckless statement made by our patron, Alhaji Shettima Kashim, which is against the spirit of unity we stand for, and following consultations from members across the 19 northern states and approved from National Executive Committee in our emergence Congress held, we, by this statement, announced the immediate removal of APC vice presidential candidate as our patron. We are ashamed to associate ourselves with someone like Shettima standing, who, despite plotting the affairs of his native Borno State as governor for 2 consecutive terms, still does not know that Nigeria is for everybody, irrespective of your tribe, religion, cultural background. Hence, has started the destruction of Nigeria with his mouth, sending people, telling them they are Igbos, and he is the one to rule. That mentality must be destroyed. The reckless and retrogressive statement made against Peter Obi and Igbo presidency is his personal view and not of our organization, which he was a patron, and now we have removed him, and is not a northern statement. Specifically, the youth stated that the courteous statement was a reflective of the former Borno State governor's mind and heart. That is the way he sees Nigeria divided. He is not saying Nigeria as one, and we do not stand with such and will not support him. The statement reads, the era where our youths just accept whatever choice and decision made by the APC is gone for good. And that is our point. Our point must be known, accepted. Henceforth, northern youth who are distinguishing themselves in every right, and we must vote in people with character, competence. Why we must do away with tribalism, religion, or background. As far as election is concerned, we must go for the right person so that we don't end up in the same space where we are currently today. We have been here for too long. So when you look at it, you can see for yourself that the North is beginning to rise up from, everything tribalism. And that's why we are saying, Nigerians, we must be one to vote in the next president. We can't allow those who call themselves the superior ones, to continue to distract us. This guy, the words he said about Peter Obi, funny enough, do you know the funniest thing? Peter Obi did not answer. You're telling the Igbos that it's best. That means that's the way you think. That's the way your heart and your mind is. And now he's been removed as a patron, because if they keep him as their patron, it means that they have the same ideology, they stand for the same thing. And guess what? This has gone on to affect how himself and, Tinubu will be voted for, because the people are unhappy and they cannot associate themselves with such a pair. You see, and these are days upon us where Nigerians are beginning to speak their minds. Nigerians are beginning to speak their mind. That's how Tinubu said, that they should not vote for Mushroom Party. Well, like a LP, that's Labour Party and, Labour Party and the People Democratic Party. One of the Mushroom Party won, because the truth of the matter is, in any election, only one person will win. It doesn't matter the number of persons or people, only one person will win. And so for them dissociating themselves from, Tinubu and his vice presidential candidates who they have removed, they have told Nigerians that we are not voting for them. The guy went against, Peter Obi did nothing to him, and what he said was totally uncalled for. It was totally unnecessary. And so you'd say, you know what, there's no point. We can't stay with such an individual, with such a man. We can't stay with him. And so even the North now is rejecting him, rejecting them, rejecting the pair, because of, Tinubu's vice presidential candidate. The derogatory words he used on Peter Obi has not even gone down well with Arewa youth, who are saying we can't stand with such a one. We are rejecting him as our patron, and we are saying no more. No more. So this is what is happening. You can see now that our mouth, we need to be careful of what we are saying, because somebody somewhere is listening. Leave us a comment. Bye for now.